So I'm sure that anyone who's like invested in cinema in any way, shape, or form has probably stumbled upon this very philosophical question about if a movie doesn't get memed, is it even released? Because we've gotten to that point where like every single movie kind of needs that buzz. It becomes a meme in some way, shape, or form. And I'm sure that there's a debate on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, does a meme kind of like take away from what a movie's trying to do? Like, imagine if Titanic came out today and that one scene that everyone finds emotional, right? Especially considering what they've turned the song into. Imagine if that was released today. Would it be as emotional as when it was released in the 90s, considering how the internet criticizes and makes fun of everything? Flip side of it would also be that you kind of thrive off of that. You know, you want your movie to, it doesn't matter if it's getting made fun of or whatever it's turned into. If it's got that internet buzz, it's got buzz. So I asked you guys what your favorite movie related meme was on Twitter to go with this weekly series, and I understand how the meme economy works. I get that the more attention a meme gets, all these ones, they're dead. They're dead. By like the time that they hit the internet and they're getting
meme review,
they're over, they've rested in peace. But what I always find really interesting is what people get out of a movie, right? Like, Star Wars probably has the biggest base of memes when it comes to a movie, and I always think back to The Force Awakens and how they thought that Phasma was going to be this big character, everyone was going to buy her toy, all this other stuff. And it turns out everyone was infatuated with the traitor stormtrooper, the one that didn't mean anything at all, right? So it's crazy to think of what a studio thinks is going to be, the filmmaker think that the audience are going to gravitate towards, and then the audience go for something completely different. Just looking at all the ones that The Last Jedi got, right? You know, that movie tried to get into the intricacies of what makes a Jedi a hero. Some people are like, nah, we're looking at Ben Swallow over here. And there was this dude, I mean, he looks like a Roblox, right? He looks like a Minecraft character. He looks like he was doing the workout that Roly-Poly Oly's friend was doing. And to me, I find it funny because it kind of like relates to the prequel memes, which a bunch of you adore completely and utterly. But one of the biggest ones with the prequels is how angsty Anakin was. And now it's like the new angsty guy, the one who wants to be Vader 2.0, right? He's swollen, he's ruined. They did him like that. This is pretty bad. There's obviously like a bunch of other like versatile memes, right? You got that Pulp Fiction meme to go with whenever anyone just leaves you. What's in the box meme? Very versatile. The Taken I Will Find You, very versatile. There's obviously the Notebook one, which I use every time that I'm trying to go out to eat. The Martha one can pretty much save your life. I believe that was what was used with the recent North Korea treaty. Now, I'll say I never really understood the love for the B-movie memes, and again, memes aren't always quantifiable. I think that the reaction one, this one right here, is a lot better than the Jazz one, but there's every once in a while where they hit you with one, they like combine memes together, and it creates gold. The girls meme that recently kind of like popped off, I think it died down. There was like two that made me chuckle. I think the Notting Hill one was pretty funny, and the I think like the Avril Lavigne one, but at what point is this just like a Minions thing? The math one from The Hangover with Alan, I always thought was a good one. Obviously, it's been replaced with this one over here. So, like, rest in peace to that one. The Hitler one, I think, is also one that's died out already. But I would say, like, the funniest one that I've seen was the Batman casting one. No one's even, like, seen the movie. I think it's Downfall. Like, I don't know of anyone who's actually seen the complete movie. But that scene, just twist the words and you got yourself something good.
Ich hatte gut daran getan, von Jahren alle höheren Offiziere liquidieren zu lassen, wie Stalin!
Someone sent me a Planet of the Rapes. I'm gonna comment on this one only for the fact that the Academy came out recently and said that they have completely barred, I think it was Bill Cosby and also Polanski because of, you know, the stuff that they've done. And I think it brings up an interesting discussion. One that I think is very much concrete to a lot of people of not awarding people for what they've done, but it of course brings back that whole discussion of the art versus the artist. I think it brings up a really good debate, but more so I think the actions of doing that, of showing that you will not tolerate something. You can't have like a movement going on with your award show and then award the people who are the reason why that movement's to begin with. I got some decent ones sent on The Revenant, Shape of Water, Social Network 2.0, that new David Lynch movie that's coming out, and of course I got a bunch of Spider-Man memes over here, which I'm just using this to say that one, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is still the best incarnation of Spider-Man. I don't care what anybody else says. Spider-Man 2 is gold. But this one right here I thought was interesting. Only because I saw someone get really mad at this meme because they were big fans of Beauty and the Beast. And I like Beauty and the Beast. But it was really funny for them to defend the relationship in Beauty and the Beast. And then that same person's Twitter account, they hated Call Me By Your Name. Some of the other ones I was sent was I really like the Toy Story ones because I'm obviously a Toy Story fan. I would love to show one on the truck, but I'm not getting my my channel knocked down because of it. Don't say you love the anime if you have. You know, I've never seen Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder is a movie that I think came out at a perfect time, right before the internet like really took off and like scrutinized everything. Because can you imagine if Robert Downey Jr. did blackface in a movie right now? Dude would be dead. Dude would be fired. If this ever comes up, I can guarantee you at some point someone's going to make a big thing on Twitter about like, oh, we found archived footage of Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface, and they're going to want him to die in the next Infinity War movie. And speaking of slight spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure y'all have. It's like the most minor thing. Infinity War memes that have just like pretty much taken over. There's this one right here. Who's your favorite character from Infinity War? Thor, he's fine. Why Thanos' chin look like the back of a Yeezy? I know that everyone has made comparisons to Thanos. When I saw this meme right here, that's when I finally clicked. That is exactly what he looks like. That one goes hand in hand with this one. Once again, I'm being attacked for presenting new ideas. I think that the whole Kanye situation going on Twitter is a whole nother separate video, and I'm going to leave it for that. But Kanye always has one tweet when he comes back to Twitter, his like 2-year hiatus thing that he does. I think this is the standout for this year. He said a lot of dumb stuff. This is the standout for this year. I'm still, I think 2 years ago when he had I Fix Wolves or I'ma Fix Wolves, and then the you have distracted me from my creative process. I don't have a P.O. box, but if anyone is able to find that mug that has that tweet of him saying you have distracted me from my creative process, I would love that mug. I will show it in every single video. Of course, there's then all of the disintegrating memes, and in my opinion, some of the standouts would be this one with Rhodes when they just. I think the Reality Stone was shown a lot sooner because they didn't even try with this recasting here. The La La Land one I thought fits perfectly when it comes to that type of ending. My favorite one is the gumdrop one, not the gumdrop buttons. The DC one, bro, DC was disintegrating before Thanos even snapped. Gamora, you love nothing. Thanos, sad, crying Michael Jordan face. This is what I'm talking about right here. There is actually a documentary, like a little mini doc on ESPN about the Michael Jordan meme. Like, memes go to the point that there are actual courses at Berkeley, at NYU, covering memes, and that doc on ESPN was about how some kids are gonna grow up not even knowing that Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan the basketball star, Michael Jordan the entrepreneur. They know Michael Jordan as the crying meme. That's why I ask, at what point do memes hurt or help a movie? Because some people get swayed just because of it. Some people will actually never see the scene again, like we talked about with the Star Wars ones. It ruins the movie for them completely. You can also argue that the movie was memeified because it was already bad, but I think it's an interesting discussion on how they affect the way that we see media. I think music plays a big part to that as well. Pop culture, freaking people getting famous off of memes to begin with. But I think that's a question I'll pin down below just to get your guys' input on that as I look at the last one. The A to Z show. Let me explain. Civil War. Nah, I would never collab with that dude. Thank you guys for checking out this video. This is something that I do, I'm trying to do on a weekly basis. If you head on over to Twitter at the A to Z Show, I always ask the question there, or any other questions that you guys, want to see for the future. I try doing it related to the coming release for that week or whatever it is, but I ask it every Sunday over there on the Twitter A to Z Show page. I want to give a big shout out to my patrons. The patrons always help out. We do the weekly live stream, the weekly hangout that we do over there. And I just want to say thank you because I'm grateful for them helping me out on a monthly basis. And I also wanted to give a big shout out to those who not only help me, but are out there and they're doing their thing. I know I talked to Forrest. Shout out to Forrest. He's out there getting his degree. And a big shout out to Osvaldo, because that man, I think he's finishing up his degree, like he said, in mathematics. I don't know anything about math, but I wanted to give them a shout out, not only because they support me, but because whether I know nothing about the degrees that they're going in, I love to see people who are passionate about what they do and accomplishing something that they're really happy in accomplishing. So shout out to them. Shout out to the rest of my patrons as well, as you can see them right there. Big ups to you guys. Thank you for that. See you guys in the next video. And if you're in Chicago and going to the Chicago Film Critics Festival, I think is what it's called, be it this year or next year, whatever year, I'll see you guys there.